Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by today for this quick video where I really want to explain my ranking system and why I use it. If anybody's watched any of my video reviews, you know that I start off each video by talking about, some of the main points of the car and what I want to find out, but then at the end I'll place it in my ranking system. And there's a few reasons why this system exists and how I came up with the idea, and I want to address those in today's video, but then also take a minute to talk about what each segment means. So the origins of the ranking system, I came up with it for a couple reasons. One, if you've ever watched Jeremy John's movie reviews, he's one of my favorite movie reviewers. Plenty of opinions that I agree with, and plenty of opinions that I don't. So, good reason why I continue to watch and hear his thoughts. He's always broken down movies in what he considers the best, and then subsequently in a few different categories, all the way down to a film that you should avoid. And I really like this idea because I don't like when websites or individuals will put a certain number to a car. It's 95% successful or 96% successful. What are you arguing for that 1%? Whether it is that you're a buyer looking for a very specific feature, okay, then maybe that's valuable. But for me, I think that to discount a car on just one thing alone isn't very fair. So I've broken down my system into 5 categories of what I consider the best of the best, and then all the way down to something that I think you should totally avoid. So each car has its own place in the system of where I think it is best suited against the other cars that I've tested out. And that's another part of it as well. I unfortunately haven't been able to do many side-by-side comparison car reviews, and that's something I would really like to do. And really the only situation where I could personally think it is justified to call one car a winner over the other, because on conditions like today where I'm driving a compact SUV, I haven't driven every other compact SUV in 6 inches of snow that fell overnight. So to say that this one is definitively worse at winter driving than something I've got no experience with, I don't think is the right thing to say. So let's get into what I break down of each category. I have 5: segment leader at the top, then consider owning, test drive, take a look, and then walk past. There's only one car I've given a walk past to, and I think the majority of the reviews I give are towards consider owning or test drive. Whether that means anything to you, we'll break it down as we go. So segment leader, the way I think of it is that there's very minor faults with this car that would turn anybody away, that would make someone not want to go into the dealership and try one out. They're the vehicles that I've been most surprised by and have most enjoyed in their class. Moving on to consider owning, it's a vehicle that I'm certainly impressed by and I've liked, but I don't necessarily think it is the best of the best because it doesn't have that edge or that feeling that the top trim cars, or I shouldn't say top trim, the top ranking cars have. A very good product nonetheless, but I just don't think the absolute best. Moving on to test drive, there's a few major things that I like and 1 or 2 things that would turn me away from the car, but I still think you should totally try it out. It's worth your time going to the dealership and having a couple minutes behind the wheel. Then take a look. There's a few things that I take issue with and not enough that I could fully recommend the car in its class. Just doesn't justify a place in a comparison test. If I were to get the segment leaders all together, I would never invite something that's take a look. And then finally, walk past. It's a car that needs serious revitalization as a vehicle or in its competitive outset. It's a vehicle that I just don't see the reason of buying brand new. If you could find one used that has the exact same things that you're looking for, it's a significant discount, then just go for that one. The only car I have given that to is the Infiniti QX60 because it just didn't feel like a competitive car. It didn't feel modern. It didn't feel like it was something that many people would go out and say this is a brand new thing, and they're fairly reliable vehicles, so why wouldn't you go and find a 3 or 4 year old one, because that's kind of how old they are, and get one at a good, extended warranty and a significant price discount. So it's not something I'm proud of when it comes to that car, but I think it's just something that had to be addressed. So that's a very quick talk and discussion when it comes to what I think of my ranking system and why I use it. Hopefully you understand why and you enjoy seeing where a car is placed, and hopefully this makes things easier for you when you are narrowing down the top 3 cars that you want to own as your everyday car. So that's been everything from me. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.